As you know, a 3D object is composed of a set of vertices and triangles. That said, the more vertices and triangles a mesh has, the more resources are required to render it. Knowing that, one way to improve your Three.js app performance, especially when it comes to a scene that has a big number of meshes, is to change the details based on the distance between the camera and the scene's objects. And what I mean here by details is the number of triangles of a mesh. So since we can see the details of an object from a long distance, it would be a smart decision to not render the totality of them. What we would do instead is to have a couple of copies of the same mesh, but with different level of details, then render the right mesh again depending on the distance between the camera and the mesh. So as you can see here, we have three variations of the icosahedron geometry, and what I want to do is to display only one based on the level of detail. First and foremost, I'm going to create an instance of the LOD class and add it to the scene. Next, instead of adding the mesh directly to the scene, I'll add it to the LOD instance by calling addLevel. The second argument of this method is the distance to the object. Now, if we take a look, you see that nothing has changed because we didn't add the other two meshes to the LOD, so let's do that. This way, we are telling the renderer to display the first icosahedron if the distance between it and the camera is less than 10 units. If, on the other hand, the distance is greater, then show the second icosahedron. And now I've just added another case, which is if the distance to the camera is greater than 20 units, render the third icosahedron. This actually goes the opposite of what we want, as this way we are showing the mesh with more details when the camera is farther rather than closer. So let's fix that. So as you can see, we have three cactus models placed at the same position, and let's assume they represent the same model but each have less details than the other, and again we want to display only one based on the distance. So again, I'm simply going to create an instance of LOD, add it to the scene, then add the models to that instance, and that's it. In this bonus section, I'm going to add a label that shows the current LOD. So first, I'm going to import the CSS2D renderer and CSS2D object and use them to add the label. And by the way, I made a tutorial on this specific topic, so make sure to check it out. Now in the animate function, I'm going to assign the current level to the L variable by calling getCurrentLevel from the LOD instance. Next, I'll just use a simple switch case to change the text of the label based on the value of L. And that's it for this tutorial, so make sure to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.